Mr. Milkman, Mr. Milk Taxi coming back at you with another episode. And on today's episode, baby, the stuff that I heard today is enough to make a young, grown man, old man, young man, any man sick to his fucking stomach. Sick to his stomach. You heard me? And it got me feeling crazy. So we gonna come on here and we gonna do our thing. What's our thing? Y'all know what our thing is. Get some God in us. Get some positive information in our head and flowing and let us know it is not over. It is only begun. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning. That's what that is. So no long spills. And all right there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to it. They had me in the boondocks last night, no signal at all. Like I couldn't make one video. Yeah, they had me in the boondocks last night. Couldn't get on nothing. Couldn't make a call. Saying emergency calls only, but the way the signal was, I don't think I could have made an emergency call. That ain't good at all. You heard me? All right, so we on Nehemiah, chapter 13. Dear Father up in heaven, thank you for keeping me safe in these storms and these ice storms. Thank you for sending peace to my mind and my heart and my spirit and calming me down as though I'm laid upon grass by a river, just peaceful. I've been feeling like So forgive me, God, for not just being humble in recognizing your blessings in the midst of my mess that I have created. You have still blessed me. Thank you, Father up in heaven. In Jesus' name, humbly, sincerely, thank you. I ask you to forgive me my sins. Watch over me as I read your word. Give me knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as I read your word. May the person listening get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as I read your word and be encouraged to pick up your word and read it for themselves, and also to build a relationship with you, Father up in heaven, and your Son, Jesus Christ. In Jesus Christ, my name, I pray you watch over my family, friends, and foes. Let's go. Amen. All right, here we go. Chapter 13. Cut this off. Maybe it'll be a little quieter, a little less choppier. So they just turned it red. Wow. On that day, they read aloud from the book of Moses in the hearing of the people. And there was found written in that no Ammonite or Moabite should ever enter the assembly of God, because they did not meet the sons of Israel with bread and water, but hired Balaam against them to curse them. However, our God turned the curse into a blessing. So when they heard the law, they excluded all foreigners from Israel. Tobiah expelled and the temple cleansed. Now prior to this, Elisha, the priest, who was appointed over the chambers of the house of our God, being related to Tobiah, had prepared a large room for him, where formerly they put the grain offerings, the frankincense, the utensils, and the tithes of grain, wine and oil prescribed for the Levites, the singers and the gatekeepers and the contributors for the priests. But during all this time I was not in Jerusalem. For in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes, king of Babylon, I had gone to the king. After some time, however, I asked leave from the king, and I came to Jerusalem and learned about the that Elisha had done for Tobiah by preparing a room for him in the courts of the house of God. It was very displeasing to me, so I threw all of Tobiah's household goods out of the room. Then I gave an order, and they cleansed the room, and I returned the utensils of the house of God with the grain offering and the frankincense. Tithes restored. I also discovered that the portions of the Levites had not been given them, so that the Levites and the singers who performed the service had gone away, each to his own field. I reprimanded the officials and said, "Why is the house of God forsaken?" Then I gathered them together and restored them to their posts. All Judah then brought the tithes of the grain, wine, and oil into the storehouse. In charge of the storehouses I appointed Shelemiah, the priest Zodak, the scribe, and Pedaiah of the Levites. And in addition to them was Hannah, the son of Zachariah, the son of Matthiah. For they were considered reliable, and it was their task to distribute to their kinsmen. Remember me for this, O my God, and do not blot out my loyal deeds, which I have performed for the house of my God and his services. Sabbath restored. In those days I saw in Judah some who were treading wine press on the Sabbath and bringing in sacks of grain and loading them on donkeys, as well as wine, grape, figs, and all kind of loads, and they brought them into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. So I admonished them on the day they sold food. Also, men of Tyre were living there who imported fish and all kinds of merchandise and sold them to the sons of Judah on the Sabbath, even in Jerusalem. Then I reprimanded the nobles of Judah and said to them, what is this evil thing you are doing by profaning the Sabbath day? Did not your father do the same thing that our God brought on us? Did not your fathers do the same? So that our God brought on us and on this city all this trouble. Yet you are adding to the wrath of Israel by profaning the Sabbath. It came about that just as it grew dark at the gates of Jerusalem before the Sabbath, I commanded that the doors should be shut and that it should not be open, and that they should not open them until after the Sabbath. Then I stationed some of my servants at the gate so that no load would enter on the Sabbath day. Once or twice the traders and merchants of every kind of merchandise spent the night outside Jerusalem. Then I warned them and said to them, why do you spend the night in front of the wall? If you do so again, I will use force against you. From that time on, they did not come on the Sabbath. And I commanded the Levites that they should purify themselves and come as gatekeepers to sanctify the Sabbath day. For this also remember me, O my God, and have compassion on me according to the greatness of your loving kindness. Mixed marriage is forbidden. In those days I also saw that the Jews had married with the woman from Ashad, Ammon, and Moab. As for their children, Hal spoke in the language of Ashad, and none of them was able to speak the language of Judah, but the language of his own people. So I contended with them and cursed them and struck some of them and pulled out their hair and made them swear by God, you shall not give your daughters to their sons, nor take of their daughters for your sons or for yourselves. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin regarding these things? Yet among the many nations there was no king like him, and he was loved by his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, the foreign woman caused even him to sin. Do we then hear about you that you have committed all this great evil by acting unfaithfully against our God by marrying foreign women? Even one of the sons of Jodiah, the sons of Elishba, the high priest, was a son-in-law of Sanballat, the Horonite. So I drove him away from me. Remember them, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood and the covenant of the priesthood. They have defiled the priesthood and the covenant of the priesthood. And the Levites. Thus I purified them from everything foreign and appointed duties for the priests and the Levites, each in his task. And I arranged for the supply of wood at appointed times and for the first fruit. Remember me, O my God, for good. So that was Nehemiah, and now we start in Esther. I don't think Esther is a long book. Okay, yeah, it's pretty long. It's long enough. Well, we ain't finna read it in this one walk. But let's start with Esther, because we need the blessings of the Lord to be upon us every day. So Izzy, maybe. What's up? What's up, Izzy? Yeah, I'm just over here. We just finished Nehemiah, and I'll be reading some of this in a minute, but because we finished that chapter and Esther is the next chapter, I think Esther is a good story. I don't remember the full story, but I know it's a good story. So we're going to start with chapter 1 of Esther, and then we'll get to the Power of Your Attitude book. Yeah, hit that like button for me if you can. You know what I'm saying? That help the algorithm. That help your man out. But yeah, I already prayed, so we're going to just continue reading. This is Esther chapter 1. Now it took place in the days of Ashura, the Ashura who reigned from India to Ethiopia over 127 provinces. In those days, as King Ashura sat on his royal throne, which was at the citadel in Susa. In the third year of his reign, he gave a banquet for all his princes and attendees, the army of officers of Persia and Media, the nobles and the princes of his province being in his presence. And he displayed the riches of his royal glory and the splendor of his great majesty for many days, 180 days. When these days were completed, the king gave a banquet lasting 7 days for all the people who were present at the citadel in Susa, from the greatest to the least, in the court of the garden of the king's palace. There were hangings of fine white and violet linen, held by cords of fine pure linen on silver rings and marble columns, and couches of gold and silver on a mosaic pavement of porphyry, marble, mother of pearl, and precious stones. Drinks were served in golden vessels in various kinds, and the royal wine was plentiful according to the king's bounty. The drinking was done according to the law. There was no compulsion, for so the king had given orders to each official of his household that he should do according to the desire of each person's heart. Queen Vizista also gave a banquet for the women in the place which belongs to King Ashura. Queen Vashti's refusal. On the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mahumam, Bishtar, Harbonah, Bethkar, Abagah, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 Enochites who served in the presence of the king Asher, to bring Queen Vashti before the king with her royal crown in order to display her beauty to the people and the princes, for she was beautiful. But Queen Vishta refused to come at the king's command, delivered by the Enochites. Then the king became very angry, and his wrath burned within him. Then the king said to the wise men who understood the times, for it was the custom of the king so to speak before all who knew the law and justice and were close to him. Kashina, Shartar, Adama, Tarisha, Miras, Mernasana, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, who had access to the king's presence and sat in the first place in the kingdom, according to the law, what is to be done with Queen Vashti, because she did not obey because she did not obey the command of the king. Ashura delivered by the Enochites. In the presence of the king and the princes, Memucan said, Queen Vashti has wronged not only the king but also all the princes and all the people who are in all the provinces of the king of Ashura. For the queen's conduct will become what's up, cuz? Huh? Cuz, cuz, I have you out them cakes and eggs. That part, man. Yo, hey man, that ain't bad. That ain't a bad deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What you going off of? Mm-hmm. Same payout or is more? Mm-hmm. Cuz, if you add more plays, will it be more money? Mm-hmm. Facts. Cause give me like 20 minutes, man. I'm almost done right here. Give me like 20 minutes. I'm gonna call you right back. Yeah. All right. So according to the law, what is to be done with Queen Vashita? Because she did not obey the command of the king Ashura delivered by the Enochites. In the presence of the king and the princess, Memucan said, Queen Vashita has wronged not only the king, but also all the princesses and all the people who are in all the provinces of the king Ashura. For the queen's conduct will become known to all women, causing them to look with contempt on their husbands by saying, King Ashura commanded Queen Vajita to be brought into his presence, but she did not come. This day the ladies of Persia and Media who have heard of Queen's conduct will speak in the same way to all the kings, princes, and there will be plenty of contempt and anger. If it pleases the king, let a royal etiquette be issued by him, and let it be written in the laws of Persia and Media, so that it cannot be replaced, that Vajita may no longer come into the presence of King Ashura, and let the king give her royal position to another who is more worthy than she. When the king's edict, which he will make, is heard throughout all his kingdom, great as it is, then all women will give honor to their husbands, great and small. This word pleased the king and princes, and the king did as Memucan proposed. So he sent letters to all the king's provinces, to each province according to his script, and to every people according to the language, that every man should be the master in his own house, and the one who speaks in the language of his own people. Vajita's successor saw after these things, when the anger of the king Ashura had subdued, he remembered Vajita and what she had done and what had been decreed against her. Then the king's attendant who served him said, let beautiful young virgins be sought for the king. Let the king appoint overseers in all the provinces of the kingdom, that they may gather every beautiful young virgin to the citadel of Susa, to the harem, into the custody of Higai, the king's eunuch, who is in charge of the women, and let their customatics be given them. Then let the young lady who pleases the king be queen in place of Vajita. And the matter pleased the king, he did accordingly. Now there was at the citadel in Susu a Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been taken into exile from Jerusalem with the captives who had been exiled from Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had exiled. He was bringing up Hadass, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had no father or mother. Now the young lady was beautiful of form and face, and when her father and her mother died, Midakor her as his own daughter. Esther finds favor. So it came about when the command and the decree of the king were heard, and many young ladies were gathered to the citadel of Susa into the custody of Higai, that Esther was taken to the king's palace into the custody of Higai, who was in charge of the woman. Now the young lady pleased him and found favor with him, so he quickly provided her with the cosmetic and food, and gave her 7 choice maids from the king's palace, and transferred her and her maids to the best place in the harem. Esther did not make known her people or her kindred, for Mordecai had instructed her that she should not make them known. Every day Mordecai walked back and forth in front of the court of the harem to learn how Esther was and how she fared. Now when the turn of each young lady came to go into the king Ashur after the end of 12 months, under the regulation for the women, for the days of their beautification were completed as follows: 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with spices and the cosmetics for a woman. The young lady would go in to the king in this way. Anything that she desired was given to her. Now when the turn of each young lady came to go in to the king Ashur after the end of her 12 months, under the regulation for the women, for the days of their beautification were completed as followed: 6 months with oil and myrrh, and 6 months with spices and the cosmetics for women. The young lady would go in to the king in this way. Anything she desired was given to her to take with her from the harems to the king's palace. In the evening, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm a little sleepy right here. I'm feeling asleep right now. I don't know why. I'm just feeling sleepy. I don't know why. The young lady would go into the king, and this way, anything that she desired was given to her to take with her from the harem to the king's palace. In the evening, she would go in, and in the morning, she would return to the second harem to the custody of Shashgaz, the king's eunuch who was in charge of the concubine. She would not again go into the king's unless the king delighted in her and she was summoned by name. Now, when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her as his daughter, came to go into the king, she did not request anything except what Haggai, the king's eunuch, who was in charge of the women, advised. And Esther found favor in the eyes of all who saw her. So Esther was taken to the king Asherah to his royal palace in the 10th month, which is the month Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign. Esther becomes queen. The king, now when the turn of Esther, and Esther found favor in the eyes of all who saw. So Esther was taken to the king Asherah to his royal palace in the 10th month. The king loved Esther more than all the women, and she found favor and kindness with him more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown on her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. Then the king gave a great banquet, Esther's banquet, for all his princes and his servants. He also made a holy day of the providences for the providences and gave gifts according to the king's bounty. When the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate. Esther had not yet made known her kindred or her people, even as Mordecai had commanded her. For Esther did what Mordecai told her, as she had done when under his care. Mordecai saves the king. In those days, while Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate, Bigthan and Tersha, two of the king's officials from those who guarded the door, became angry and sought to lay hands on King Asher. But the plot became known to Mordecai. He told Queen Esther, and Esther informed the king in Mordecai's name. Now, when the plot was investigated and found to be so, they were both hanged on the gallows, and it was written in the book of the Chronicles in the king's presence. Yeah, so they was hanging them boys like, oh, you plotting to kill me? All right, let me put you up in this tree. Go dangling over there, buddy. All your little thoughts of murder. Dangling from a tree now. So that was the good word. Hope y'all got something from that. We're going to jump right into the next thing. Power of your attitude, because we really need this. Becoming a positive person. Shaping your life for better. Change doesn't come easy. By now, you already experienced that. As with making any positive change in your life, such as losing weight, getting in better physical shape, or improving a relationship, you've undoubtedly discovered that adopting a positive outlook isn't as easy as it seems. Reversing years of negative thought and behavior patterns will take time and effort, but it can be done. To become a positive thinker, you need more than a strong desire and a burst of motivation. Even knowing the specific life area that needs change and what choices you need to make will not be enough. You have the desire to change. You have a direction for change. What you need now is a plan. Part 3 provides that. Here's a clear plan for reclaiming your life one step at a time. You'll discover the 3 important arenas in which you must make change in order to leverage the power of a positive attitude: your mind, your daily habit, your relationships. For each arena, you'll find clear actions plans that will give you the pathway you need to be successful in your in your quest to live a healthier, more successful, positive life. In the next 3 chapters, you'll learn how to gain and keep positive attitude that will shape your life for the better. You'll identify the practical steps you can take to adjust your attitude and ensure it is that way. It stays that way. You can become a positive person. All right, rebooting your brain for a positive outlook. Change your future by renewing your mind. And we'll get back to that when we come back later. For now, damn, I was just for the lay down, bro. They gave me a green light. Motherfucker. I need a nap, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I ain't even put the other address in. Y'all see that? You know, for to take me a nap, bro. Yeah, I need about an hour. I've been up since like 4 o'clock this morning. What time it is? Been up since about 4 o'clock this morning. It's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm finna take me about an hour nap before I start driving, because I can't just take off like this. I got to power up, y'all. I got to power up. And I went to sleep last night because there wasn't no signal. So I shouldn't be this sleepy right now. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the weather or what, I'm getting sleepy. I seen them bring them other boys some chips. I'm trying to see if they finna bring me some chips. Or is that a Hispanic thing? Only the Hispanic people get the chips, or niggas get the chips too? We finna find out. They come out here with some paper and no chips. I'm gonna say, where my pretzels at? I don't really like pretzels like that. When you're starving, you're starving. He got some pretzels for me. Okay, there you go. What's going on, buddy? Well, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Alright, so let's see what we're going to use what you're doing.
Okay.
There's your information down here. Pallets, cases,
Okay.
there you go. You don't have to sign nothing.
All right,
Whenever
thank
you're
you.
ready to pull out here, shut your doors, the exit is right there.
All right, yes, sir. Popping out. We is actually loaded, y'all. Oh shit! I'm gonna run over that little. I got a piece of whatever. I just ran that shit over. Piece of chalk. That's one of them little flimsy ass chalk, so we ain't gotta worry about it damaging the tires and then it's a piece of rubber. Let me go close my doors, guys. I'll be right back. I think the information that I got this morning is making me tired. It's just like so draining. I'm like, fuck, I need a nap. I need to power up after that. God damn, I ain't even the type to take no damn naps in the daytime. And it's snowing too, so I really need to be moving so I can get away from the snow. Because I don't know, I just was reading just now. I just went to get super sleepy. I tell you what it felt like. If you ever been to a Jehovah's Witness, like a Jehovah's Witness service, that's what that feeling right there, like that type of sleep. I got sleepy like that, like very, very sleepy, like you are getting sleepy, very, very sleepy. Everybody pulling over, man. Nobody pull off this day. I'm pulling over, they pulling, they like they doing paperwork and shit. I'm finna take me a nap, bro. I gotta get it in at least like 30 minutes, bro. I don't give a damn. I gotta get some sleep. The way I was just feeling, there ain't no way I could just hit the highway right now. I gotta get me a nap in there, so. Oh. That's what happens when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. You get very, very sleepy at 1 o'clock in the afternoon from being up all damn day. I gotta finish watching this. This is crazy. Female set the man up, the girl something that shit to check out. My dog, man. My dog doing it big. Nah, man. I gotta do it big on my end. You feel me? Boy, doing it big down there. I gotta. Who is this? It's like I seen that card before. I don't know these niggas calm and respectful. Boy, ain't gonna. Boy, who sent you over here? Somebody friend request. What is you doing, man? Y'all wanna hear that? I'll take the headphones off.
Did you do it? When I did, yeah, he got the editor. Yeah, I did do that. But still, have did you do it?
So you gonna hurt me like that, dude?
I said I'm going to get the charge of drop tomorrow. But I didn't think it was going to go that far, though. And I didn't know they were going to charge you with that. That man said assault. He ain't say my right. Assault.
It really ain't funny because, I mean, I sat in jail for 3 days for something I didn't do. I lost my job. She said that I robbed her, mugged her, and took her credit card.
Wow.
The U.S. Marshals came to my home. I was with my daughter. I was off work. They kicked my door down, took me to jail.
Plaintiff Anthony Wheeler dated the defendant, and he claims she filed false charges against him for robbery. And he has the tape to prove it.
That's terrible, ma'am. That is horrible.
I went down and got
I gotta
dropped.
just
So they
say,
got dropped.
huh?
They got dropped. The charges got
But
dropped.
she keeps saying they got
But
dropped.
the arrest is on his record, as he says. So if they go on the computer, the database, they say he was arrested for armed robbery. And a lot of employers, whether it's dismissed or not, they say, oh, where there's smoke, there's fire. And so many men are being criminalized for things they haven't done because people either lie on them or you get police who engage in misconduct. So they arrest people for no reason. And now you're part of that. You're part of criminalizing men who haven't done anything and then ruining their record, ruining their employment prospects. And women do this a lot, sometimes men, but women do retaliate a lot through the law, falsely. TROs, temporary restraining orders, they get that over an argument. Hurt the man's future, hurt his career. They don't understand. When you're going to court, TRO, the prosecutor is going to give you one just by request to prevent the risk that something might happen. So all you gotta do, I want to tell no ladies this because then they'll go in and do it when they want to retaliate against their boyfriends, but it's because it's enough of that going on. But don't do any of this, ladies who are watching. Do not make these, don't bring the law in on your lie. Don't bring the law in on your lie. Go to his mama and lie to his mama about him or do something to just lie to somebody else other than the law because you jeopardize their entire future. And so this is what you've done, ma'am. Take this $5,000, then get it off your record, all right? All right. Husband for the plaintiff, and you just a fool. You need to stop it. Who you got now? Somebody that dirty enough to deal with you? No, they don't. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Oh, it's over with.
He still got to deal with me. I'm pregnant with his child now, so it doesn't matter.
We don't know that for sure.
Don't get smacked, because I'll smack the out you.
All
Don't
right.
start that. Please don't start because you here.
Start something else.
Oh, I'm done with him. I'm done. As long as he there for his child, that's all that matters.
What did I get myself into? Goddamn. All right, y'all. Like I told you, man, I'm a little tired. I feel like I need me a little midday nap. I don't usually do that type of shit, but we're gonna do it today. I don't usually do that type of shit. I'm like, Get the load, let's go. If you was here earlier, you seen how I was on the ass by, hey man, I ain't got time to be waiting and sitting, man. Get that load, man, so I can go. Now I got the load and I'm tired of here. Like, I'm finna take a nap before I go anywhere, nigga. Let me get me a nap in there, huh? And let me get me a nap in there. I really don't need a nap, but I need to just go. Because I see snow dropping. Damn, I want to just leave because this snow really make me want to leave. But I feel like if I get in the bed, I'll be sleeping in like no time. That's how tired I feel. Like I'll go right to sleep. I don't understand why, because I slept good last night. Couldn't even play on the phone or nothing. I just went to fucking sleep. But I did get up early as hell. Was it 4 o'clock? Might have been. No, it was about 6. I got up at 4, went back to sleep till 6. Got back up at 6. Yeah. So I've been up for a good little while now. Oh, no. And I'm going to put that twice. Put that once. And put no. Right? What's up, y'all? Milkman, Mr. Milk Taz is splashing in the fishbowl, and on today's episode, I am feeling very sleepy. I never usually go to sleep in the daytime. I'm usually just doing my thing. But today, I don't know what's going on, but we finna get it in. We finna get in this bed and try to nap. We're gonna take a midday nap. Sure enough is. She's so goddamn pretty though, ain't she? There go my baby, ooh, there she go. On the beach, looking great. Okay, so, oh shit. Damn, that's a whole shift too. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna set my alarm for an hour. I'm gonna try to sleep for like an hour and then take off. If I don't go to sleep in 30 minutes, I'm gonna get up and start driving though. But I'm gonna try to sleep for like an hour right here. Hey, it's a safe space. I'm enclosed in the gate. Let me go ahead and set this alarm right now. For 1 hour, what time it is? 1 o'clock, so that means you wanna get up at 2 o'clock, right? Let's say 2:10, give us a couple extra minutes. All right, y'all, we got an hour to sleep, midday sleep. Hey, we can sleep when we die, but if you feel tired, especially if you're a driver, man, pull that shit over and get you some rest. That load is not that important. Getting that money is not that important because guess what? If you crash, flip the truck, run off a bridge, hit somebody, or do some other shit because you were tired, you're not going to secure the bag. So it's better if you as a driver are tired that you find a rest area, find somewhere safe to pull over and get you a sleep, whether it be hour, 3 hours, 30 minutes. If you're feeling sleepy, find somewhere safe and get some sleep. Don't be like, I'm going to put water on my face, I'm going to drink coffee, I'm going to let the window down, I'm going to let the music up. If you went to a proper training school, they would have told you none of that shit's going to work. Splashing water on your face is not going to work. Letting the window down, letting all the cold air in is not going to work. Turning the music up to your best favorite song is not going to work. Once you get sleepy, you're sleepy. And the only thing that's going to cure it is sleep. How much sleep? Only you will know. Some people can sleep for 30 minutes and be good. Some people need 4 hours. I think me, for the most part, I'm good with like an hour, 2 hours. I can run about 3 or 4 more hours after that. But with this one, we're going to take an hour sleep and we're going to get up and run the whole shift. Now we out of here. So appreciate y'all for tapping in. You in here, but you ain't hit the like button. I don't know what that's about. But appreciate you for coming through anyways. Shout out to all y'all new subscribers. Shout out to all y'all old subscribers. Oh, let me see if it's a truck stop coming up on this. Because I was kind of far away. Yeah, I'm still far away from the truck stops. Let me see how far though. I might can go to a pilot or something and shower. Nah, that's too much. To shower and then go to sleep. Like, that's too much. So we'll sleep now, pop up, drive for a few hours, then take a shower, and then knock the rest of it down. Y'all will see me later. Sometime later today I'll be back, but for now we're gonna try to do the unorthodox thing that we never do. We never just go to sleep in the daytime. Who does that? Who just sleeps in the daytime? Like, I don't do that. But today I feel a little tired. I want to show y'all how it's looking out here. It's looking like a white Christmas. And it feels like the freezer. It don't feel like the fridge. It feels like the freezer, okay? This is a white Christmas, and it feels like freezer. Hit the like button when you're watching this on the replay for me. Let me know you subscribe to my channel. I'll come subscribe to yours. We out here in the world. Thank God for us being alive and being free. We not in jail, even though you see that gate there. We free as hell. Thank you, Father up in heaven, in Jesus' name. Humbly confident. Let me get back on my fresh out of prison shit.